And then you just throw 7 stones, reenacting what Ibrahim did when the shaitan transited. Then we turn towards Qibla, we make dua, then we go to the second one, 7 stones. Why do we put 7 stones only in our left hand? So you don't have to count. Because it's very busy. You just put 7 stones in your hand, put the other stones in your pocket. So you just throw, and when your hand's empty, you're done. So we come to this side, we throw 7 stones. We throw the Jamarat, turn to Qibla, make dua. We go to the big one, throw 7 stones. There's no dua after this one. So we do the same on all 3 days. If you do day 4, 5, and 6, if you leave after day 5, so that's what I just explained. If you leave after day 5, right, you'll throw the Jamarat and you'll go back to Makkah. If you stay for day 6, on the next day, you'll throw the Jamarat and go back to Makkah. And we'll talk about the buses and stuff like this. So those are the 6 days. And then we go back to Tawaf. And the last thing we do before we go home is what? Tawaf al-Wida, the farewell Tawaf. All right? Now, recap. We do Makkah, Mina, Muzdalifah, Arafah, Muzdalifah, right? On the 8th of Dhul Hijjah, we go to Mina. On the morning of the 9th, we go to Arafah. On the night of the 9th, we go to Muzdalifah. On the following morning, we go to Mina, the Jamarat. Then we go to Makkah to perform Tawaf and Sa'i. Then we come back to Mina. And then the next 2 or 3 days, we go back to the Jamarat and back to Mina. And on day 4, 5, or 6, we go back to Makkah and we're done. And before we go home, we do Tawaf al-Ifada. There's no Sa'i. Tawaf al-Wida, sorry. There's no Sa'i. And then the menstruating sisters may omit this Tawaf if they didn't do it. For the elderly or those who are wheelchair, you can actually join Ifada and Wida. But for anybody else, especially the sisters who are still menstruating, do not delay your Tawaf al-Ifada. Do not wait until you get back to Makkah. Even though if your menstruation is regular, because all of the stress and strain, it might just come and you will not be able to fulfill this pillar. So do not delay this particular pillar. Very, very important. The reason I'm stressing these things because these are the questions and stuff, problems we deal with every year, all right? And then Hajj is now complete, my brothers and sisters. You are now a Haji. We can call you Haji Ali the electrician. Huh? And he'll give out his card, and anytime anybody needs a job done, Haji Ali is ready to give you a good prize. Right, Haji Ali? No? Oh, he doesn't want you to call him. All right. All right. You are now Haji. Live your life accordingly. Any questions? I know it is quick. It's just to give you a feeling of what we're going to do. It seems enormous. It's busy. It is tough. It is hot. It is tiring. But that's what the reward is for. It's not going to come easy. All right? Remember at 10 o'clock, 10:30 this morning, I showed you this? It is now 5 o'clock. Did you learn something today, my brothers, sisters?
Have finished.
No. From Hajj, we go from Makkah. From the hotel. Yes. No. They don't go back to the Miqat. Yes, brother. No. 10th of the day, we can do it, but you can do it any day after that. Sisters, any questions? Pardon? Can you drink water? Because you're tired? Yeah, you can drink water. You can. Yeah. So take water with you, especially when it's so hot.
You can
There's
brush
some there as well.
You can brush your teeth in ihram.
Yeah. Yes, brother.
Who's that? Majra al-Kabsh.
Train.
Yes.
By train.
So, Majra al-Kabsh, transfers between the Hajj sites are by train. So, and that's why when we're doing the bookings and the phases, we're telling people that if you have mobility issues, it's actually better for you to use Muaysim because you get door-to-door service with the buses. With Majad, you will have to walk from our tents, the Kabish. You will walk approximately 20-25 minutes, and Abu Munir will bring up the slide now, to the train station. We'll then get to the train station, you'll wait, and we'll go on the train from Mina all the way to Arafah. We're there at Arafah for the day. We then take a train from Arafah to Muzdalifah. Then when you get to Muzdalifah, you will walk all the way to your camp. Then in the next morning, after Fajr, you'll walk all the way to the train station and then catch a train back to Mina. That's how you will go through the Hajj sites with Majar al-Kabsh, is by the train or the monorail from Mina to Arafah. From Arafah to Muzdalifah. From Muzdalifah back to Mina. In Muwaisim, it's bus, coach, door to door, from your tent in Mina to essentially your tent in Arafah. From Arafah to Muzdalifah. Just the Muzdalifah to Mina part, our experience has been, as you can imagine, with the traffic in that morning, it's actually easier to walk because Muwaisim is so close to where you will be in Muzdalifah. So about a 25 to 35 minute walk. Otherwise, you wait for the bus, no problem. You can, but it may take a few hours, right, for the buses to eventually end up getting through the traffic and getting to your tent in Mina. Yes?
Brother. It has, the Prophet ﷺ said, let the last thing you do in Mecca is tawaf. So you need to leave it as close as practical to the time you leave.
So what will happen is that when you're leaving Mecca, we work backwards, right? Now, one of the things I didn't talk about in my session before, how early should you be at the airport when you're departing from Australia? Do I have 5? Do I have 4? Do I have 3? Auction. How many hours, guys?
4.
Make it 4. You're going for Hajj. You are extra checks, your vaccinations, your bags, your visas, etc., etc., etc. Make it 4 hours before. Don't leave anything to chance. If you are coming from Melbourne up to Sydney, right, because you're flying out of Sydney with family and friends, when you're doing your connecting flight, don't have your domestic flight arriving 4 hours or 5 hours before departure. What happens if your plane gets delayed or cancelled? Think, right? Plan, prepare in advance. You got family members that are coming and want to see you off, get them to come the day before. It's more important that you make it to the airport on time, be there 4 hours before so you can get through all the formalities, get through security, and then be on the other side. All of the flights from Sydney are leaving when? Nighttime, 9 o'clock. You'll more than likely have to pray Isha, if not Maghrib, at the airport, okay? So be prepared in advance, right, and understand. And your guides will be having webinars with you in the next couple of weeks. Once I arrive in Saudi Arabia ahead of all of you, inshallah, I'll give all the latest news to the guides about what's happening on the ground, what's the latest, what's the tips, techniques, latest things. They'll have a webinar and they'll plan your departure and your itinerary day by day, letting you know what you'll be doing. But with the airport, arrive 4 hours early. 4 hours early, inshallah. Okay? Now on the way back, right, Saudi authorities need you to be at the airport 12 hours before departure.
Don't ask why. Don't ask why.
Number 1 rule. Don't ask why.
When you get there, you'll see why.
There are checks. You can imagine they're trying to facilitate a smooth flow of millions of people exiting and moving from one place to another. You are part of that ecosystem. Just because you're from Greenacre doesn't mean you're outside the ecosystem. Right? Bankstown, sorry. Right? And you are traveling with a group, brothers and sisters. So when we travel as a group and we say, be here at this particular time, it doesn't mean you come 5 minutes later. You are then holding up everyone. And let me tell you, so many of our groups, we have tight transitions. And we are trying to make it where you can maximize and reach Jummah on time. So when we say to you, get to the bus or get ready, the bus is ready to leave. You taking 1 extra minute could be the difference between a bus getting through a checkpoint and the guard closing it and not, and your whole group missing out on Jummah. It is that serious. Don't be selfish. You're in a group. Listen to your guides. Obey, right? It's not about you. It's about everybody. We move together, work together, right? This is what it means. You're holding anybody else up. If you have valid reasons, no problem. But you need to think. You might be used to traveling on your own all the time and doing things on your own. I get it. No problem. This is different. You're in a group. Can't skip the queues. You can't skip anything else. Move with the group. Listen to your guides. And don't ask why.
The sister's a good question.
Sorry, sister, go.
No.
No.
No. From experience, we know that it's not a good idea.
You will actually cause yourself more harm trying to leave than
to
stay and make
move-
it be
and
much
move with the
easier.
group, yeah.
Sorry, sister, I'm going to come over here. I'll come back to you. Yes? Medina is about 8 hours before they'll allow you to let you to go. Look, at the end of the day, we'll do our best to delay the situation, get the bus driver to have a meal, relax, Habibi, you know. Australian people want to get another prayer in, etc. But the authorities want you to move and leave because they've got to get millions of people out. There are checkpoints along the way, right? Because you can appreciate and understand there are many people who try and stay and never go back, right?
And the bus is around the corner, remember?
But no, we didn't say which corner. Yes, sorry, sister. Yes, once you're out of ihram. But you can still brush your teeth even when you're in ihram. Make sure. Yeah?
All right, brothers, just after Maghrib, the shops are all going to close. They all have discount. Layla is
Yes.
closing 10 minutes. They've got a 10% discount.
So Adhan is in 8 minutes. So if you haven't got wudu, go and make it so we can pray Maghrib on time. And then we're going to have the next session, inshallah. Be ready. Questions we'll still keep taking till the very end of Adhan
And
to
from me,
ask you
Jazakallah
questions.
khairan, brothers and sisters. I hope you've enjoyed it.
So,
I hope you learned something. Jazakallah khairan.
so we have a session straight after Salah, inshallah,
Don't
on
run
your
away,
dua.
don't run away. After Salah, come back.
We got questions. See the storeholders. If you got questions, please ask.
Online. Yeah.
Like I'm not going with them.
I'll show it to you. You can take a photo. Just take a photo now.
Guys, also you got to collect your luggage tags today. Do not leave. We'll be handing out the luggage tags later and I'll explain.
Yes.
Do not leave. You have to get your luggage
That's
tags.
the hardest day to get people out because they don't want to, because they're anti-sick in South Africa or they don't want to go to Mina. That's the hardest day to get people back to Mina. But remember, accepted Hajj. You need to go back to Mina.
Guys, regarding purchasing a hoodie, is it worthwhile purchasing it over there, or like?
It's up to you because all of them are online now.
Yeah.
Even that ones there are done online. They don't, unless you know somebody that's going to do it, it's up to you.
I was just thinking because like the website that provided, you pay in US dollars and like the transaction fees. Is it?
You can do it there. You can, you can find it.
How are the queues normally like?
You know those guys at the Saudi charity guys? You can go there and you'll pay in riyals.
Like the queues are normally okay.
Yeah.
What would you recommend on the 10th of the Hajj for the manasik?
It depends on which group are you in, Kapsho or
I'm in Pakistan, so
okay. So depending on where you are, what time you get to back to Mina, how tired you are, all of those things come into play, and then you can just see how you are. But try your best to do as many of the things as quickly as possible, so you're done, type of thing. But if you're tired and sick, then just give yourself enough time to rest, right? Just
are we able to say a bit of a night in Muzdalifah if our group makes us leave early? Is that fine? If it's not up to us, if the group leaves early.
yeah. Then you just have to follow. Yeah, you just have to follow.
One,
Okay.
My question is, if my home is already but I specifically built which regulates security, right? Am I still allowed to leave early? How early?
So